Hi, welcome back. It's Signa here, and if you're new here, this channel is all about marketing, business, and life overall. Make sure to subscribe and like this video. It will help me out more than you know. Today we're going to talk about Facebook advertising, and it's my favorite way to advertise and start any business. And I'm going to give you 5 tips that I've learned from my experience that will make your ad successful in 2020 2021. So make sure you watch till the end to see all the 5 tips. Let's get into it. Firstly, I want to say that Facebook ads have changed so much. So even if you're learning this now, I'll probably guarantee that in a year from today, some of the things have changed already. The psychology doesn't change, but the strategy, the tactics, this will change because Facebook is constantly trying to improve their platform. They're trying to make it all the time better for the customers, to keep them on the platform longer. Plus the competition in there will most likely rise, especially after 2020 and all the things that happened with businesses being closed and everyone having to switch to online business models. So there is definitely more competition there. It is more expensive. Like when I first started with Facebook ads, like, I don't know, 5 years ago today, or even, no, I would say 5 years ago, you could almost like just throw anything in there and it will be like very likely that it will become successful. Like it was just, there wasn't a lot of competition. So people weren't used to seeing ads, and whatever they saw in their newsfeed, they were just like, oh, as long as, you know, it attracted attention, it would go. But now, this past 2 years, honestly, 2019, even 2018, things started going a lot more difficult. Like we are so used to seeing the ads that we just tune them out immediately. So like grabbing the attention and things like that are really, really important. And you have to, it's not so much, I mean, of course it's about the psychology, but now you have to really learn the strategies as well. So I definitely recommend not kind of doing them yourself if you don't know anything about it. Either hire someone or go get a course and really learn it. Like I've gone through so many Facebook courses and I keep on doing them every year because stuff changes and I put a lot of money under it, but you know, it works. I still love it. Facebook is the best, honestly, to advertise, to start a business, I believe it's still the cheapest place to kind of advertise as well, comparing to the other channels like Google or, you know, anything else. So it's definitely worth it, but you do have to learn now how to do it. You can't just go in there knowing nothing and like pressing buttons and it'll be successful. It's not gonna work like that anymore. My first tip to get a successful campaign and a successful advertising done in Facebook is to test different audiences. And this was a very big breakthrough for me personally, and it made my campaigns much more profitable. Because before, I was constantly like trying to get that perfect target audience, and I was only advertising to like someone with like, you know, 15 interests, and like they were the perfect target audience. Like that was my ad set. But now, actually, what works better is to separate all the interests and targeting and having them in different ad sets and really testing. Literally, if you have one campaign, you should have at least 10 different ad sets there to test which audience reacts best to your adverts. Because it's not that you should just go random and like target random people. No, you should still have whatever your perfect audience is, but just the interests are separate in all of the ad sets. Definitely don't go too specific. It doesn't really work anymore. Maximum that you can do is having 2 interests, and one of them is the narrow audience. So not that you have 2 interests in the first option, but you have 1 interest there and then a narrow audience extra interest that would target it more. But honestly, just keep it. The most successful ads that I've run have literally one interest in there, and obviously their age and location, but that is it. So definitely test lots, and you can even have different campaigns with more audiences. So if you see that one audience is working really well and reacting really well for your ads and converting, you can take that audience, that interest, and expand it into even more interests that are like that one. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, please comment below and let me know so I can go deeper into this. If you've ever heard to be super specific in Facebook advertising, that's a wrong advice from my experience, and I know a lot of very successful advertisers use the same thing. So definitely test different audiences. Number 2 is Facebook Pixel. If you don't have a Pixel installed, it's so easy to do that, and it's like such a must, honestly. Like I don't even run any ads without the Facebook Pixel anymore, and it still works. It's still super, super important. So Facebook Pixel lets you collect the data that from your customers. So whoever visits your website, whoever buys from your website, whoever books an appointment, downloads something, it collects who does that, and then also who visits it. So you can use Facebook Pixel to retarget, to have lookalike audiences. Like literally, it is so, so important, and it will make your ads much cheaper if you have Facebook Pixel and then you use it later to retarget or to run other ads to the same audience, because they will convert much better. So that's Facebook Pixel. Number 3 is test more creative. So creative is like images, videos, the carousel ads, everything like that, plus the copy. And I really, really recommend to test more. Like I know at one part I was kind of definitely like slacking on the creative. Like I would throw maybe 4, 5 or 6, usually I did 6 different like ads, and I would hope one of them will work. But on Facebook we really don't know what will convert the best. So you want to test super different like images, you want to test different videos, you want to test different copy, and you don't know what's gonna bite. And now Facebook has like the dynamic creative where the algorithm or the robot itself will choose whichever headline will most likely convert to a person. So we don't know what's gonna work, but the Facebook robot does. So they kind of use that and test different like headlines and images on different audiences, and then whatever works, they're gonna just keep on doing that. So I really, really recommend trying different creative, and really like you can have, even now with the dynamic, you can do 10 different creative images, and you can also like duplicate that campaign and do the same ad sets but with different 10 creative. So I really, really recommend testing different copy and different images. And one more thing that I want to say is video still works the best, but I have noticed that with some of the businesses that I've done the ads for, like there's been some that video is awesome, like honestly so good. For like really good example, so I have a client who's a podiatrist, and they have a service site and then they have a product line next to it. And when we've done services, the video is amazing, right? It converts really, really well, and also is cheaper. And then on the product line, actually images work better, but we do use video as well to make them warmer. So that's a complicated story, but video does work best. I really, really recommend, if you are scared of camera, just suck it up. Like no one's gonna, really, you don't know them, so no one's gonna judge you. Like just make that video, try to sell through the video, or you can even hire now on Fiverr or things like that to have someone else put a video together for you. So try video, definitely recommend it. Number 4 is retargeting, and I've already mentioned this a little bit. So retargeting is when you have Facebook pixel, so you draw people to your website or your online shop, your blog post, or whatever you're driving people to. And now the Facebook pixel collects their data, like who came there, did they download something, did they buy something, and you have to set all of this up separately. And I really recommend doing that, all the events in there as well. And now with retargeting, you can run ads to the same audience who went there based on what they did, and that's so cool, honestly. And a lot of the times people forget that. I've done this and it's been super successful. I've done an ad to run to a blog post that educates about something, and then once they read it, I can run ads to a product line because I know exactly what their problem is. Because if they read that blog post, that tells me that's their problem or they're interested in it or whatever. So now I can run the right product advertisement to the right audience. And you can do that with, like, if they download a lead magnet or you know, like watch a video training or something, give you their email in exchange for something. Now you know that they're interested in it, so you can either run a product based on that lead magnet, like I did with the blog post, or you can just, even writing your copy is gonna be different because you're like, hey, you saw that video or you read that blog post, so I know you have the issue, make sure you get that product. So it makes your ads really, like, retargeting ads will be cheaper. And the reason for that is because they're going to the right audience, so it's really targeted, and I really highly recommend that. There are so many ways on how to run them, honestly, and the easiest should be that if someone visits your website where you have a contact form and they don't send you a contact form, they don't submit it, then just run an advert to them saying like, hey, I saw you going there, what was the issue, can I answer your questions, message, and I'll, you know, help you out or something. That's the easiest thing to do. I definitely recommend doing it. It's like if you don't run retargeting ads, you're kind of like having clients coming in and just going away, like nothing stopping them to sell to them again. So that's number 4. And number 5 is choose the right objective, and that's really important. Like, for example, from January, I think, this year, or even they started, like, I saw it with my ad sets, like you can't really run messenger ads anymore in Europe. That's where I am, because of the privacy laws. So that made our life a little bit more difficult, because like one of the most successful ads that I usually do is like straight to messenger for services, and now we can't do that. But there are so many different objectives in Facebook campaigns, so you really have to choose the right objective, because if you're using the wrong one, for example, I'm building a training business right now, and I'll do another video on how to build your own courses and things like that. It's for my beauty salon, so don't worry, I'm not gonna tell you anything. We're building an email list, so they are giving their email list in exchange for something valuable. We have a video training there. So if I was to run traffic objection to that website where they give their email address, I'm gonna lose so much money, because the Facebook is not gonna really like focus on people who will actually give me the email address. They're just gonna drive lots of traffic there. They don't care if someone actually like clicks or anything like that. But what you can do is run conversion ads to that, which, you know, you have to have your Facebook pixel installed for that. And it's gonna look like it's more expensive, but actually you're getting more higher quality people, and you know, like, do the right action. So your objection is really important. And if you don't know what they are or what they mean, just Google. Like, Facebook has extremely good helpful information on their website. Those were my 5 tips. Let me know in the comments if you are running Facebook ads, or if you'd like to try them or anything like that, and I'll see if I can help you with anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you give this video a like if you did get any value out of it, and make sure you subscribe, and I will see you soon.